'cause you belong with me. There's something about you. They used to call me unaware, and I'm holding on to the final breath of air. I used to hang our pictures up by the bed where you used to lie, with all those words you chose to say goodbye. Yeah, it's closer than I've ever been, about your miles away. It's like a love from 17 to the end of days. If you just give me your hand, I'll lead the way. So won't you stay? I stopped playing that same song about the hope you lost back in the suburbs. When you felt the time stay fast, you surround yourself in sights and music just to run away from your shadow. As soon as I let her light, you disappeared into the night. Yeah, yeah. It's closer than I've ever been, about your miles away. It's like a love from 17 to the end of days. If you just give me your hand, I'll lead the way. So won't you
Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our week as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined with my co-host,
known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Ready, let's jump into it, Stuart. What have you been up to?
Well, I can start with something I know we both have a game we've both been playing because we kind of talked about it a little bit before the stream. And that is the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And
more pre-orders than Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you... Yeah, that was going around on TikTok quite a bit.
Huh.
Yeah. People were really looking forward to this game.
I guess, yeah. Well, after 6,000 days, sure.
They have so many characters, right? Like,
and I saw a video. It was today. It was, these are the characters not in the game, but were in previous Budokai Tenkaichi games. Like, there's somebody who's left out.
Yeah, they even have like I haven't unlocked or seen, but I saw unless it's a mod on Slug.
You cut out a bunch of what you just said.
Oh, did I? Oh,
yeah.
They have Lord Slug.
Yes, I unlocked Lord Slug,
which is like so random because
all of the movie villains are in it.
Yeah.
But they don't have PyCon, which was like, really? No PyCon.
Wow. Yeah. God. PyCon felt like a wasted character.
Really? He really was.
Because he was only ever in like the one tournament. And he was in that movie.
You're cutting out a lot again.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying he was in that movie.
I forget which one, but Janemba was the villain in that one.
Fusion Reborn, I think.
I just know that Janemba was the villain of that one.
Yeah, Fusion Reborn. Yeah.
Who Janemba is the bad guy in that one.
Yeah.
Which he's in it, like he's in the game, but PyCon isn't.
Wow.
Like both of his forms are in the game. Anyway, it's got a huge roster, like 100 some characters. I forget the actual count.
182.
182, almost, and they left people out. Think about that. They left people out.
DLC, Stuart. PyCon DLC.
True. I was the game's hard.
Yes.
It's hard. It is not forgiving.
There's so many buttons that do so many things and so many combinations. Like, it's almost a bit too much.
Well, I feel like the problem though is like the timing of like isn't right. Like I'm used to playing a lot of like the Xenoverse games and all that, and like the timing in that game was fine. This one, it feels like it's a little bit off.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Like I was doing the, all the training stuff, which, you have to dig through 4 menus to find. And like one of them was like, press press guard as as the attack is landing. I couldn't. It took me. I got to get hit so many damn times trying to get it.
Well, I feel like there's a delay too, like just for stuff like, are you playing on controller or?
Of course, I would not play this without not on controller.
I don't know.
It even says when you start up the game, play this on a controller.
Yeah, but like as Goku to do a Kamehameha, you need to like right trigger that brings up another menu, right? And then you can click like X, I think, for something, and XB up and down, something like that. Even doing that, it feels like that doesn't trigger like all the time.
Not all. You're right. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't. And well, if you use standard control, which I did at first, I was using standard.
That's what I'm using. Yeah.
Or no, I was using classic, not standard. I was using classic, which that is you pull left trigger and then up and X is, or up and B is Kamehameha. I'm like, okay. And the game never tells you this, but in certain fights, you can switch characters. Yeah. Like, if there's somebody else's voice during the fight, chances are you can switch to them.
Okay.
Like during the Raditz fight, you can switch to, if you go with Piccolo, you can switch to Piccolo during the fight, or you can switch to Krillin if you don't go with Piccolo.
Ah, okay.
You can switch to them, and they have their own health bar.
That makes the game easier.
It does.
I feel like,
because that's how I beat a Vegeta. Like, man, let's throw in this guy, and let's throw in this guy.
That seems to be the big like stopgap from what I've seen. Is Ape Vegeta or Ozora, or what's the? It's something like that, right?
Yeah, it's more than OOZ something. But yeah. It doesn't tell you this unless you go through the training stuff. Then there are certain combos that happen to XX and then switch character, and they'll do like a follow-up attack. Well, on classic control, to do that, it's you click in both analog sticks and then go right or left or up or down. On standard control, it's just a fucking D-pad. Like, that makes that combo a hell of a lot easier. So yeah, the game doesn't tell you a whole lot of stuff, which I'm like, it makes you figure it out.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, one of my things that makes me upset about it is the they didn't get all the voice actors, like,
which I have not caught. I didn't catch that. I didn't realize the kid Gohan.
Oh, it's
was a different
night
voice.
and day different.
I guess I'll have to listen to it again.
Yeah, they just got some random, like, I guess, young kid voice, whatever, for Gohan, and it's not the same voice as, like, because Gohan and Kid Goku, same voice, right? Same.
I don't think so.
Same voice actor, I think.
Is it?
Hold on. I'm looking at her IMDb right now to make sure she wasn't in Sparking Zero, and it says it doesn't show her in Sparking Zero. Kid Gohan, yes. Dragon Ball Budokan. He's been in all the other games too. I don't know why she wasn't in Sparking Zero. Yeah, she was in Dragon Ball Goku for 132 episodes, and she was Gohan, Kid Gohan, and yeah. I think Stephanie Nad, I don't know her. I don't know how to say that. Natalini, something like that. But yeah, I see her. I see a lot. I heard her a lot on TikTok.
Hold on, it's Colleen Klinkenbeard. That's Kid Gohan, aka Urza.
I'm looking at IMDb, and maybe there's 2 Kid Gohans, or because she has a lot of Gohan. Like,
Weird. Yeah, because I'm looking at behind the voice actor, which is what I look up for voice actors, because IMDb doesn't have a lot of stuff, and it's Colleen Klinkenbeard.
Did she do it like one time or something?
Nope.
Because Stephanie Nadolny is like, yeah, she was Goku and in Dragon Ball, young Goku or Child Goku in GT, Kid Gohan and Dragon Ball Z for 200 or young. God, she has so many. It's hard to. Yeah, she was Gohan in the movies. It says.
Okay. She did Kid Gohan since Kai.
Oh.
Yeah, her first Gohan.
Wait, but it's. Is that right? Because.
Yeah, it was 2010 was Kai.
Wait, which one did?
Colleen Klinkenbeard.
Okay. So Stephanie was the original one. Okay.
Yeah, so
I was about to say I remember I thought, yeah, okay, this makes more sense. Gotcha.
Yeah, she does Gohan, Android 18.
So did she do Sparking Zero?
Yes.
The other one?
That's why I don't hear a difference.
Okay, yes. Yeah, yeah. It's a difference though. The voice though of like the Gohan that I know and Kid Goku versus what it is. Like Gohan does not sound like in Sparking Zero does not sound like Kid Goku.
Yeah, like in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, she did Gohan and Kid Goku.
Gotcha,
although she doesn't do. Here's the thing: she doesn't do Kid Goku and Sparking Zero.
That's what I was asking if she. Okay, interesting.
She doesn't.
Yeah, I saw that voice was different, or that I heard that voice was different too.
But she's done it before.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. Like Goku and they use basically Goku and Gohan's voice are similar enough to where you're like, yeah, okay, of course, because one's the dad and one's the son, so of course they would, in movie logic or in television logic, like. Anyways, though, yeah.
Oh, they're just looking at the cast. Matt Mercer does Hit in the game.
Oh, he did Hit in the show. Yeah.
Did he? It doesn't.
Yeah, we talked about this.
I forgot about that. Totally. I don't remember because I never watched the dub. Never watched the dub, so I didn't know that.
That was my thing. Was I never watched the dub, and then I decided I'm gonna watch the dub. I'm gonna go back and rewatch it, but the dub this time. And when I discovered that, I was like, "Oh my god, Matt Mercer was Hit," and we had a conversation.
I remember that conversation. Yeah. I remember it now.
I was like, oh my god, it's so like crazy, you know. Yeah, he does a great job as Hit. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
definite learning curve. I'm definitely gonna have to see. I got up to Vegeta.
Vegeta took me a couple tries, but
I failed twice.
Okay, because apparently the Budokai Tenkaichi games did this too. I don't remember this. There are side paths to the story if you do certain outcomes. Are you on the original timeline?
So far, yes.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm at the beginning.
It can change from Raditz.
Oh yeah, I figured. Like if you go alone versus with Piccolo.
Because the first one. Well, it's not only if you go with Krillin, which I did first off. I went, let's go with Krillin, and then you have to finish the fight with Raditz within a certain time.
Did it say go with Krillin? Because I feel like I feel like it only said go with Piccolo or go alone.
That's what happens. Krillin goes.
You see, I didn't know that was an option. I thought it was Piccolo or you just go by yourself. I didn't know the Krillin thing.
Nope. Krillin goes with you, and then Bulma and Master Roshi follow.
Of course.
But if you do that, Piccolo shows up anyway. And if you don't beat the fight within a certain time limit, then it just ends like it normally would, and you're back on the regular time. And I made it up to Vegeta at that point and got my ass kicked multiple times by regular Vegeta. I'm like, oh, and people are upset about Grade Ape Vegeta. Fuck.
Yeah, I thought after I think like two or three times of not failing, which I did improve throughout those times. I did last longer each time. But I was like, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go into training like later.
Yeah.
And actually learn this because I don't remember the regular Budokai games being this complex.
Apparently they were.
See, I only ever played 1 and 2, I think. I never played 3 or I think there were like technically other ones after, right? Or
they weren't Budokai Tenkaichi games.
Okay.
Because this is
spiritual
4.
successors.
This one's 4.
I know I played 1 for sure. I think I played 2, but I know I never played 3.
I'm pretty sure I've played them all, but like I don't think I ever beat them. I don't think I ever beat them. I just kind of played through a little bit of the story and then did a bunch of tournaments, and then I took it back because I was renting it for a weekend.
Okay, yeah. See, Budokai came out when I was in high school, and I didn't really play games in high school. I think I've said that a lot of times. High school is my kind of like anything that came out like in that time period I have no experience with, because for whatever reason I just got like busy in high school doing actual things like acting and other stuff in plays and other stuff like that, and newspaper and stuff like that. So like just for whatever reason I just didn't play video games during high school.
Some of us had a life in high school, some of us didn't. But yeah, I don't remember them very well because it's been so fucking long, so I don't remember them. But I'm pretty sure they were this technical.
Maybe it's just they weren't this tough, so you were able to just get by with like simple moves.
Maybe
that's why it feels so much to me. Because I know even back then, because I know I got through the first one at least, like all the story and stuff. And I know for a fact I was never like this good at these type of games.
Yeah.
Also, I hate this. I hate the new norm for video game prices.
That sucks. $70 was that sucks.
I managed to find it for 58, so I'm happy about that. But 70, yeah, 70, just And man, I feel bad for the people who get taxed on digital purchases.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to pay tax for digital in Oklahoma, so that's good. That's always a plus. Just because I think like the lawmakers don't know enough because we're in Oklahoma. So they're all old and dumb. I don't think they know enough to know to have that be a thing to tax on digital purchases.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit of being kind of, like having people in charge who are not tech literate, But yeah, it's tough.
After that, I did go back, and I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get the other path for Raditz, and see, get it's called a sparking episodes, and do that. Took me a couple tries, but I managed to do it. And I'm just gonna kind of spoil, because the story, it really doesn't even tell you a story. It's truncated a lot, like a lot of stuff. Like it really expects you to know the story of Dragon Ball.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like,
because of course we've played the story a billion fucking times at this point.
Exactly. And that's why I love whenever they do new stuff or they have like the alternate stuff,
Well, with the Raditz, because Krillin was there right after Gohan does his headbutt to Raditz, Krillin does the Destructo Disc. Raditz dodges. Master Roshi uses a lightning attack and kind of freezes him in place, and Piccolo finishes him off with a special beam cannon. Goku lives. So, because of that, Goku then trains with everybody. Piccolo still takes Gohan off to train, even though Goku's there. Goku's just like, all right, bye, see ya. Take my son.
See, I feel like wasn't that a video that the one dude who voices for Team 4-Star, wasn't that one he proposed? Like
maybe.
Because I know he did a lot. He has a series where he does a lot of like what ifs,
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that's one he did. Because this sounds so familiar.
Probably. But because Goku was at the start of the Saiyan fight, nobody died as well. So Piccolo still alive at the end of the Saiyan stuff. So there's no reason to go to Namek, even though. So he goes, well, they said the word Namek, so I'm going to go off on a spaceship. And Gohan's like, I'll go too. So they go off for no reason.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Vegeta comes back to Earth. And he's like, there's somebody stronger that we need to, give me the Dragon Balls. I'll become immortal and I'll save this rock of a planet. Everyone's like, no. So, because Frieza's, instead of going to Namek, they're going to Earth because the Dragon Balls are still there.
Yeah. This sounds just like one of his videos. Yeah.
Frieza's came to Earth, and that's kind of where I'm at in that story.
Interesting. Now, is it all voiced, or is there a lot of like
there is some voice
text you have to read?
No more than the normal story.
Okay.
But the fact that Piccolo was like, they said Namekian. I need to take a spaceship and go find that planet. And I'll take Gohan with me.
I bet Chi-Chi loves that.
Oh, that's another character that's missing from the game. Chi-Chi. She's not a fighter.
But she's in the game.
Yes.
She's a crucial part of the game.
She is the thing that really kind of like, okay, I am gonna get this game, is that girl talk stuff. I love it. It is absolutely hilarious.
They probably won't, but I hope they add like more of that with DLC characters.
They probably will, because I feel like that's a really popular part of this game.
Yeah, it's so good. I listened to a few last night. Like, I listened to all the Goku variants because it's the first ones.
And they're also unlocked.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, that girl talk stuff is absolutely hilarious.
It's great. Yeah. Such a random thing, like, to add to.
It is. It's very random. My biggest complaint about the game, and it's something I said before the show, the menus fucking suck.
Yeah, like it literally has to load, you know, to switch options. Yeah.
There's animations to go through everything. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the shop. Animation go to the shop. Okay,
Goku flying over
here you can either go to shop or customize. Well, animation to go to the shop, and then animation zoom in on the shop, and then go to the shop instead of. It was like, whoa.
And it's not like quick little things. It's like Goku leaving where he is to go to another place.
No, it is like 10 seconds.
It's like changing a scene. Yeah.
It is 10 seconds, which is like, that seems like a long time. It is. It really is, when it's just a goddamn menu.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, like, either mods can fix that, or that comes in a patch where they like change that somehow.
I hope so.
Because it's a slog.
One thing that's not all that, and this also ties in with the menu stuff. If you lose a match, or even if you win but want to redo it because you didn't get the special the secondary win, you have to wait. Like, oh, we've got to play this one animation of you dying, and then retry if you died. If you don't die, then it's even longer, because it's got to load back out, then it's got to load up the scene, and then you got to go back to the main menu, and then log into that particular match again. Like, there's no like quick retry if you win but don't get the secondary win.
This isn't on PS4 and Xbox One, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, then why is there so much loading for this game?
It's Japan.
Because like
that
well, I mean, the new consoles are supposed to be like to have like super fast SSDs, and even the PlayStation, which I don't
think it's a loading issue. I think it's a Japan being stubborn about being artistic and doing their own thing and ignoring.
Oh, you think it's because they're making a choice to do it because they think it's cool versus it being a limitation on the system.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I don't think it's actually loading. I think they're doing it on purpose.
Well, that's just even worse. Like,
yes.
Because like I was like, even especially the PlayStation, that's supposed to have like the crazy fast super SSD, whatever. Where
and like when you do the training stuff, it's not like, okay, here's okay, we're gonna train in the different maneuvers. Instead of going like, here's all of the maneuvers, it's you do one, then you do it over and over and over again. Load out the menu, go back, and then pick the second one, do that one, back out of the menu, go back, pick the third one. Like, oh my God. And like, there is a shortcut, like hitting one of the triggers and then the start button. But it doesn't, there is a delay. Like, so much of a delay that like, it's like the left trigger and start will take you back to the selection, or left bumper and start will just reset the characters to the right, to their positions. Gohan will take the fuck off flying because that's the fly button. And I'm sitting there mashing the button. Come on. Damn it. Load. Okay. Reset. And it'll fly down. Like, come on. Like, there is a delay between buttons in the menus. Like, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I think it might just be maybe a bug or a glitch in the whole thing. Because like we were saying, there's a delay on or delay / sometimes it just doesn't work. Like when I'm trying to do like a Kamehameha, for instance, or a solar flare. Like I'll be trying to do that and it just won't work for whatever reason.
Like the option does not come up. Like you hit it, it doesn't come up. You hit it again, then it comes up.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of a fight. Like,
so hopefully, I mean, the game just came out.
Yeah.
So hopefully there will be fixes for it soon, and people are liking it for the most part.
Yeah. And like the complaints that I am seeing about it are that kind of stuff. Menus don't need to be this long.
I am kind of upset we got rid of the whole King Kai and Goku Snake Way stuff. I kind of liked the Snake Way.
There's no fight there.
I mean, there's stuff that happens. Like Goku has to deal with stuff on Snake Way.
It doesn't. This is so truncated. It's going from, okay, you fight here, and let's tell as little story as we need to get to the next fight.
Yeah.
Like it skips so much.
But then again, you can also like click on different characters and do their stories, right? I haven't done that yet, but like
I did.
I'm
Piccolo.
guessing like Piccolo. I'm guessing you're able to like see the Gohan stuff and.
Yes, Piccolo starts out training Gohan.
Okay.
Like the first match of that one is Kid Gohan, who's again tough as fuck because everybody is in this game.
I've seen TikToks of people like, it's okay to turn down the difficulty if you need to.
Unless you're trying to do the secondary stuff.
Yeah.
Then you can't.
Oh, is that just locked out if you change the difficulty? Oh. Yes. That sucks.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff is, and it even tells you when you switch, like the secondary win conditions will be disabled. And even then, like lowering the difficulty, you may hit a little bit harder, and the enemy does supers slightly less often. It's still hard. It's still not like easy.
And I do know leading up to the game, the biggest complaint I saw was no crossplay. People are upset about that.
I'm not planning on playing online, so I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Like, I may do a couple online matches to go, yep, everybody online's better than me. I give up.
Yeah, but I mean, that's, like I said, that's what I saw. But yeah, remote play together. That's kind of cool.
I will say that I do kind of like that, like a stronger character is stronger in the game and not like everybody's balanced. It's a fighting game. Let's balance everybody. No. If you play as Hercule against Ultra Instinct Goku, you're gonna have a hard time. Because yeah, Super Instinct Goku is going to kick the shit out of Hercule real quick. I say Hercule. It's Mr. Satan. But there's something else I was going to say. I can't think. Oh, custom battles. You can set up your own scenarios. Like, have like your own like miniature story. You can like set up like certain conditions, and kind of tell your own kind of what if ish story. I did one, and it was Krillin fighting Vegeta for Bulma's hand.
Okay.
It was super weird.
So I guess these are like there are pre done options to select.
The text, you can't be custom text. It's got to be within a certain you got words you can select from.
Ah, okay.
So you got to kind of interpolate what the storyteller was trying to do, through that. But it was definitely like Krillin was fighting Vegeta for Bulma.
I don't like that at all.
And this was
so weird.
And this was like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta.
Oh, yeah.
And his health was half a bar. That was his health. So, and Krillin's was like maxed out as many bars as possible. Like it was set up to be, this is an easy fight for you to win.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can do like custom stuff like that.
That's cool. Well, it seems like there's a lot to this game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hype leading up to it. So
yeah, it's just the first Budokai Tenkaichi game for a long time. I will say also the game looks incredible. Like the graphics are like it's probably one of the better games I've played. Like anime style. Like this is probably the best anime style game I've played because it looks amazing.
Yeah. A lot of these anime games though, like they do look good. They may not be good games, but they always look most of them always look pretty damn good.
Yeah, but this one I don't know. It's just better. It's just way better looking than a lot of the ones I've seen. Like it's so smooth. Even though it's locked at 60 frames, it's so smooth.
Yeah, I had to download a mod to unlock that. I was having there's a known issue, I guess, that adds some weird stutter issues to certain people's systems. Because I guess their systems are like I don't know. I don't even want to pretend I know what the reasoning is, but I noticed there were some issues and I was like, okay, what is this running? Because this doesn't feel like a smooth 60 for me. And I look and it says 60, but... And then I Googled it and I saw people were having issues and they were like, oh, use this mod on Nexus mod. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Why not? I'll do it. I have a brand new PC. I need to make sure I get the most out of this thing.
Right.
Gosh darn it.
Use this mod that turns Topo into Shrek.
Yeah.
Which is a mod, by the way.
Yep. I saw it.
But that was my first thing. What's yours?
Well, let's stick with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Daima first episode came out.
Yes, I have not watched it yet.
Most of it's a recap.
How can episode 1 of a series be a recap?
Because it's you have these two characters in the demon world and they're watching what's been happening to the Z fighters.
Okay.
On a wall of screens, magical screens. And it's like, oh, how did Lord Deborah get taken over by Babidi and blah, 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 and all this and that. And oh, he got defeated. And they show, him being eaten by Boo and, which is funny because he gets, Deborah gets turned into like a animal cookie type thing. Like like
it was a chocolate bar.
Was it a chocolate? In the recap thing, in Daima, he gets turned into it looks almost like a Teddy Graham, like a.
Oh yeah, I guess it does. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe it's different in actual Z. Cause
no, I'm this screenshot was definitely taken from Z.
Because it wouldn't be the first time Toriyama doesn't remember things correctly and changes things.
Uh-huh.
And there's a few instances in this.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. For one, what was it? Supreme Kai and Kibito. In Super, they mentioned they had the dragon separate them. Correct?
Yeah.
In this, when you fused with when Goku and Vegeta, when you two fused, you went inside Boo and you separated. So we just had Boo eat us and then spit us back out, and now that's how we got separated.
That is not how that happened at all.
What? Excuse me? So yeah. Was it the two characters that are I mean, there's no. It's the first episode. It's not really spoilers, right?
No.
Okay. The first two, two characters we start with in the demon world who are watching all of this stuff play out. One is just some character who ends up, I guess, he's like next in line to be the demon king when Deborah died, and that's what happened. And the next is the Supreme Kai's brother. Okay. That's interesting. And then later we see the Supreme Kai's sister.
Okay.
So is the Supreme Kai a demon? Is he from the demon world? What? I am so confused on that. But yeah, basically most of the episode is them watching like from the Bibbidi Babbidi, because it's Bibbidi Babbidi Boo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Babbidi and all this and that, and they go through and then they notice, the Dragon Balls, and they're like, but they're so powerful, they can defeat Deborah. How, well, we can wish them to be children.
That makes sense.
And yeah, okay. So they end up they take this other, because apparently there are Dragon Balls in the demon world, because there's a Namekian in the demon world. And apparently they make a line, they say just a one-off line that kind of like, oh, you have pointy ears, your Nameks are from the demon world. When they meet Dende, they say some line like that.
That makes actually sense from Dragon Ball.
Yes.
That not actually makes sense.
Like, yeah. But so apparently there's like the Namekian in the demon world. There's Dragon Balls there, but he also created these three like powerful beings or whatever, to protect the Dragon Balls, so like the Demon King can't use them or whatever. So that's why they have to come to Earth, and I'm sorry, but like Mr. Popo drops the ball big time, because Mr. Popo we saw him strong enough to take on Super Saiyan Trunks and Goten.
Huh?
In Dragon Ball Z,
he
yeah. I even saw a TikTok about this recently.
I don't remember
that.
Which is weird, because I should remember everything about Dragon Ball, considering as many times I've fucking seen it.
And Trunks.
Oh yeah, I do remember this now. Yeah.
And I would say Goku. I would say Gohan and Trunks are more powerful than the Supreme Kai, right? Because the Supreme Kai is pretty weak sauce.
Kind of is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the Namekian and the new Demon King and Supreme Kai's brother show up to Kame's tower and is like, oh, give us the Dragon Balls, whatever. And it's like, oh, well, no, we won't. And it's like, oh, well, that's why we brought the Namekian. And he's like, okay, I'm going to sense them. Oh, they're stone now because they were just used. Okay, this will make it harder to get. And he's able to just like sense and just have them come to him. And it's like, okay, well, they're stoned. So what? Oh, I can override that.
Hold on.
Come on, Shinron. Yeah.
No.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He does that. And I'm thinking, because I saw a TikTok explaining how like Mr. Popo is secretly stronger than, whatever, because he fought two Super Saiyans or whatever. I saw that like the day before, so I'm thinking, Mr. Popo, why aren't you stopping them? You have the power to stop. No, but no, like this Namekian is like, because he's like thousands of years old or something like that. But yeah, he's just like, oh, I can summon the Dragon Balls that are stoned to me, and I can also override them and bring the dragon out.
Why?
Even though there's just a wish made.
Why can he do that?
I don't know, like, because he's older and knows more.
He didn't make the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So why can he do that?
I don't know. Look, listen, like I said, Akira Toriyama, he's known for like forgetting things and just making shit up that contradicts previous stuff.
True.
And he did work on this before his passing.
Uh-huh. So this is like,
yeah. This takes place like right after right after Boo.
Okay.
Right after the Boo stuff.
Okay.
Not post Z technically, because we have the time jump.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, the Boo stuff.
Boo stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Because like I said, most of the episode is the recap of the Boo stuff. Where they're watching what the Boo and the Z fighters, because they have a wall of like magical computer screens or whatever, and they're able to like rewind, and even though it's already happened, they're able to like go to different viewing angles and hear them say the words to bring Shinron out and all this, which they didn't really need because they have Mr. OP Namekian, who's senile. Like he's also like plays like a kind of old senile character too. But yeah, he's like, oh, I can just summon the Dragon Balls to me, and they're stoned. Who cares? Shinron, come out. Like, what? Oh, yeah. It's an interesting episode, like, to start things off for sure. But yeah, I can't wait for the dub, like, because there's no telling how long it'll take.
Yeah.
Because it was like a year and a half for Super.
That is very true.
Yeah. Which we thought, oh, maybe a couple weeks, a month tops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it was a year and a half. So yeah. So my first watch of Super was the subbed. Which, I was shocked when I went and watched the dubbed, because I was like, oh, that's Matt Mercer, and oh, that's James Marsters, who plays Spike from Buffy.
Yes.
AKA Piccolo from the live action movie.
And that's why he did it.
He did it. He says he did it for free because he wanted to, like, he felt bad for how the movie was, because he's an actual fan of the show. But, so.
And he didn't even use his name.
Yeah.
He actually used the pseudonym.
Oh, I didn't know that part. That's interesting. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool that, like, he was an actual fan of the show. Like, I felt bad for what Evolution was. Ugh. But
yeah, I saw it was a brief clip of from Michael Rosenbaum's podcast. Yeah, he was talking to James Marzer, and then that topic came up, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Dragon Ball Daima first episode's out on Crunchyroll. Comes out on I think the 18th on Netflix, which is kind of weird.
licensing.
Like, yeah, but yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna watch it on Netflix because they'll be behind probably.
Yeah, maybe that's also when the dub comes out. Maybe they're just doing the dub.
Maybe. Funimation still exists as far as like dubbing, right?
Everybody just says Crunchyroll. I don't know if it does.
Because I mean, Funimation they did dubbing though, like, right? They
No.
Did they
Funimation is
not?
no longer active, having shut down on April 2nd, 2024.
Well, I know the site, yeah, but I know like
This is
interesting.
Funimation Global Group was rebranded as Crunchyroll LLC.
Well, I mean, like the okay, yeah, it's a different name, but it's still like
It's still the same, maybe the same people, but it is Crunchyroll
doing
now,
the same stuff.
It is Crunchyroll, not Funimation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's why I just meant. I meant like it's still like the same. Like they're still doing the same stuff, right? Like dubbing for certain things.
Yeah, it's Crunchyroll doing that dubbing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using the same people.
Yeah. Okay. Because they did the Dragon Ball stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would think Crunchyroll would have the dub and not Netflix, but
no, they definitely could. I mean,
yeah, who knows? But yeah, licensing is weird.
Licensing's weird.
It looks gorgeous though, Daima. It looks great.
It just looking at like the trailer, yeah, it does.
It looks so better than that last movie. Because the last movie was 3D.
Agreed.
Oh, I did not like that at all. Ugh.
Nope.
It's just like 3D and anime, unless it's like little things here and there. It's when you use it too much, it just it's so disgusting looking.
Yeah.
And it sucks because one of my favorite animes is like basically fully 3D. That's like what is it? It's like the death something in his maid. What is it again?
My favorite anime. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, these names are weird sometimes. The Duke of Death and his maid. Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
I literally Googled Death and His Maid, and it came up.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good anime, but like it's in 3D and like there are some points where like things just don't look right, you know. You get that real uncanny valley feel. Like,
I think I saw a clip of this on TikTok today. Just random.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah. I like it. The story's interesting. I think it's pretty interesting, and it's got some humor to it. But yeah, that's in 3D too. So like, just like that Dragon Ball.
I feel like whatever program that they're using to make 3D stuff, they need to stop using it because all 3D anime looks the exact same. So I feel like they're using the exact same tools, and they need to stop it. Because like video games don't look wooden, but yet 3D anime does. Like it looks like you're like a goddamn robot. Like there's no reason it should look the way it does.
Yeah, some animes do incorporate 3D though pretty good. Like
there like
some will use like a boss monster will be like 3D, and it'll, you know, the regular characters will be the normal style, and they're somehow able to make it look decent. And I'm like, oh wow,
yes,
that's
it is rare, but that does, you know, it does happen.
Yeah.
But more times than not, it looks bad.
Oh yeah, it looks like, you know, someone in the 90s made it on a computer program, like a high-tech computer program, but like, you know, it reminds me of the Spider-Man intro, which was 3D, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It gives me that feeling. Yeah. Oh, also real quick, the Daima, apparently Shenron is like, it's like when they wish for them to, like, all that fought Boo and their friends to be children. Shenron's like, I need more details. Like, how old do you want them to be? Well, I guess first graders. What about the ones who are already children? Make them babies. Like, what? When has Shenron ever asked for like specific details? Like, it's just I don't know. There's a lot to this first episode that kind of threw me off.
I feel like he has it at one point.
Yeah, but like, what about the ones who are already children? Like, what? That's, I guess that's a way to get rid of Trunks and Goten. Like, but like that also sucks because that'd be so cool to have Trunks and Goten like maybe be the older ones. Like, maybe not that much, but slightly older than like Goku and Vegeta, you know? How fun would that be? Ah, it's such a shame.
It'd be a Pan and Grandpa Goku situation all over again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which, you know, people loved that show.
I mean, you're turning them into kids anyways. So, you know, that ship has sailed, Stewart, as far as that premise being brought back, you know. You know, I'm trying to get on board. I was very much hesitant when the premise was revealed about, oh, they're turned into children like in GT.
I still don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, but I'm trying. Like, you know, at least we're getting like Demon World stuff and that's actual canon. You know, because they made such in Z, they made such a like they made it like, oh, Deborah, he's king of the Demon World, and it's in like when that was first introduced, it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's a Demon World, like, and then nothing after that. Like Deborah dies.
They did the same the same thing with Hell.
Yeah.
Or Home for Infinite Losers.
When they come back to that a couple times though, to be fair. Because your boy Pycon had to go there him and Goku had to go back there to take care of, you know, the Frieza, Cell, King Cold, and some of the Ginyu, right?
Yeah.
I think some of the Ginyu were there. Yeah. So yeah. So at least they touch back on that a little. And even in Super we see like
Frieza in Hell.
Frieza. Yeah. Oh, there goes your camera.
I thought I fixed this.
But yeah. I'm hopeful for more, you know. Also, keeping on Dragon Ball news, did you see the narrator passed away?
Yes.
That was a little that was shocking. That was shocking to see. Cuz like the narrator is like such a big part of me and anime growing up, you know? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. And it's crazy he was that old, but yet like he still sounded like he sounded way younger in the I guess in the last stuff he did,
Yeah.
Because he was like what, in his 70s, I think.
76.
Yeah. That's crazy. But what's something else you got?
See, something else I got. Everything else I've got is anime.
Same.
Now this one I watched the first episode in Japanese, and then I waited. Like, I'll wait for this to be dubbed. Never was.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, there's a couple that are like that on my list here.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there.
Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low level spells.
This one sucks because people say that's a good anime. Like,
I watched the first episode. I'm like, can I read the manga? And I read a lot of the manga. So because it's really good. Like I like it a lot. And the whole premise, it's a whole class that gets isekai'd, summoned by the goddess. And the goddess, like, oh, we need to check your your rankings or whatever. You get a couple A ranks, B ranks, C ranks, couple, like two or three S's. And then you got our main character, who's an F rank. And she's like, well, you're just going to bring down, the rest of the class. I'm just going to kill you now. And everybody in his class was like, okay, kill him. He's obviously weak. He'll slow us down. And they're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? As one would. But the dude also didn't have a good home life either. Like, he was actually really badly abused by his parents. Like, physically, like starved, beaten. Like, it was bad.
oh geez. Okay.
And then he was eventually saved by his aunt and uncle, when he was like 10. So not that long ago, because he's still in high school. So he has some anger issues. And being, F rank, the only spells he could use is paralyze, sleep, and poison. That's it.
Let me guess. He's somehow able to use them differently to make it super OP.
No.
Oh no.
Well, those spells, and there is a difference between those spells. They have a low percentage of working on creatures. Well, for some reason, his chance is 100%. There's not explained why. But he can. It's a 100% chance of it working. Except when he tries to use it the first time against the goddess, because he's pissed. And she just uses like a shield and blocks it. It's the only time that happens. And he gets, well, I'm not gonna kill you myself. I'm gonna send you down to this dungeon we use to dispose of. It's like the ruin of disposal. With like that type of naming. And there was like super strong monsters in there, so it's gonna kill. It killed like the world's strongest hero and that kind of thing. super strong. Well, he's able, his spells work. So because of that, he's able to level up, he's able to power level his way out. And of course, meets up with the pretty elf girl. And he eventually gets a band together, and he's like, and he tells them straight up, I have my own goal. I'm going to do my thing. We can do your thing, but I'm not going to diverge from what I'm doing. Like, he doesn't lie to them. He doesn't change his goal. He says straight up, I'm going to kill the goddess. He tells them straight up. Every person that joins him, he lets them know. And I thought that's cool. He's not hiding secrets for no reason. No, he's just straight up just telling them. And another thing that I thought was interesting. This happens a couple times. Like, they're all camped out for the evening. Dude goes off on his own. Because he's like, I cannot get her out of my mind. I cannot get the goddess out of my mind. And dude is shaking with rage. Like, how dare she do that to me? How dare my parents do that to me? And he has anger issues. But he doesn't take it out on anybody. But he does, go off on his own and just kind of vent.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, that's interesting.
We're seeing a lot more like animes where like the protagonist is like this serious kind of, I guess, brooding almost characters instead of the goofy, like, oh, I tripped and fell and
straight into your boobs or crotch. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even if it's not their fault and stuff like that, we are seeing a lot more serious, like with this, and I feel like Kaiju number 8 and Solo Leveling, like we're getting a lot of like serious kind of characters in these animes, and it I wonder if that's just gonna keep continuing. Like we see a lot of like anime trends like this, just keep going until the next one starts. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good about this, and I was upset that like I hope eventually maybe it'll be dubbed, but if it's not dubbed pretty much right away, the chances are kind of slim.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
unless it's like super popular, but it's upsetting. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people talk about how good this is.
It is good. What else you got?
One I got that I saw you were watching. Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
Oh yes, I didn't realize. Looking at the YouTube URL, I didn't recognize. Oh, we have the same one on here.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, this is.
Yes,
I just a gut feeling. I'm like, we'll probably watch this one this week too. I had no reason to think that. You did. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason,
I told you. I told you. I think last time that I was like waiting for this one to finish, and it did.
We had talked about this before, and that's kind of what made me think like I bet he watched it.
Yeah. I was shocked to see you watch this because it has something that you don't.
It does have something I don't like, but it is used, and it is clear that the characters themselves are joking. It's not quite taken seriously.
Well, I mean, yes and no, because like when she's alone,
I don't
she's
think she's
still
serious. I don't think she's serious.
But when she's alone, she's still like saying stuff that's.
I think she doesn't get out of her own head. I think she's also
okay.
like. Yeah,
she's like, I will not lose to you, and
yeah, there are in incest jokes, and it's just something I don't like in anime. But like I kind of look past this one because the characters themselves are joking.
Well, so and they don't like. They don't beat it with a. They don't beat like. They don't beat it like a dead horse or anything.
It's
and
not
like,
constant, yeah.
Yeah, and it mellows out, towards the second half. I feel like,
yeah,
quite a bit, because they become rivals. Basically, the brother and sister become rivals.
Yeah, which I was like, I'm trying to think. Like, it reminded me of something, and I can't think of what it was. Like two like genius people, going against each other, and I can't think. Almost, not quite, but like Elle and Kira, kind of a thing.
Okay, yeah. Well, for those who don't know, this is an anime where the main character is. God, which one's the main character? Like,
they both
kind of two. Yeah,
they both are.
They're kind of two main. One of the main characters is kind of like a prodigy who basically has slipped and is kind of decided to
be a slacker.
Basically, be a slacker because he doesn't want like the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And if he feels, and if he just, if he just acts like a slacker, then people won't expect anything of him. One of those types.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is a Russian like transfer student who I think she's only been there a year, right?
Yeah.
They said, yeah. And they basically, weirdly enough, are friends, and she doesn't know he knows Russian,
mm-hmm.
and she'll like have her thoughts slip out in Russian. And
yeah, she
some of them
with
are.
Him. She absolutely flirts with him in Russian.
Pretty hardcore too at points. Yeah. And it's hilarious, because like you hear his inner monologue, like where he's freaking out because he understands what she said, and she's just said something super like hornball type, like, and it's so good. I love it. The humor in this is fantastic. And there's some drama like that. We gotta get a season 2 for this.
There is a season 2.
Good, because like he learned Russian because as a kid he was friends with this girl who knew Russian, and it turns out to be Alia's sister.
It is hinting that way. Doesn't come out and say that, but it strongly hints that was her older sister.
Come on now, Stuart.
Unless they state it, I don't.
She basically knows it. She knows it.
She kind of does.
Yeah.
But like I said, it is strongly hinted at.
Which when that reveal happened, because at first you think, oh, okay, it's Alia. Alia's the little girl, because they show, and then you find out it's Alia's sister, and you're like, holy crap. At least I was like, I felt that was a huge like bomb dropped.
Well, also moment. Like when we get like flashbacks, the chick's blonde. Neither of these chicks are blonde.
I mean, hair color changes. Like,
you either go from blonde to dark brown or black. She just went from blonde to light brunette.
Yeah. I don't know. It's anime though too. So like, we've talked about this before. There's so many like things in anime where it's like that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, I got wet. I'm in the rain for like 5 seconds and now I have a cold.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. It's anime. There's not like there was another instance of something. Oh God, I can't remember. There's something else like that happened that I saw in the anime, and I was like, oh, I need to bring that up, but I totally forgot about it. Anyways, yeah, I really like this one a lot, and I'm glad there's going to be a season 2 because, like, yeah, there was unresolved things that happened.
Yeah.
In the season 1.
Yeah, there's a season 2 on my anime list.
That's good. I'm glad because
which means it's announced. No dates yet.
Because I did see a lot of people like this one. This definitely I felt was popular among, while it was airing.
There was one, like, the ending song changed every episode. And there was one, I'm like, I have heard this song on other anime. Where I have heard this song. And I Googled Google was this song. It just came up with this show title. Like, I looked up the name of the song. It's only been used in this anime, but I've heard it on TikTok a billion fucking times.
Ah, okay. That's people this was really, really popular. I feel like, so makes sense there'll be a second season, but God, oh man, when he's talking, like there's a scene where he's in a classroom talking to someone, an empty classroom, and talking to someone, and then they leave, and he just like randomly just, not even just like calls out the one like ninja maid chick, and then she just suddenly is there, like, and he wasn't expecting that, like,
yeah.
And then his sister pops up, like, oh my God, there's some pretty funny moments. But yeah, like they end up him and his sister end up like becoming rivals for like class. He's running as vice president with Alia, and the sister's running as president with the ninja maid girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that takes up a big chunk of the ending of the season, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I liked it quite a bit. I thought I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
It was just one of those I'm gonna wait till, and it's interesting because you were telling me last time we were talking that like the Japanese version, when the sister wakes him up, it's in English.
Mm-hmm.
But the English version, it's in Japanese.
It's in Japanese.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny there, but.
And I will point out that the English voice actor for Alia is Russian.
Okay, that's cool.
So her Russian is legit.
She does a really good job. Like, yeah. I mean, not just the Russian. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Russian. So, but like the normal voice acting was really good.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be like, Russian with an American accent. It's there's no accent on the Russian. I assume because she's actually Russian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't get why people hate on dub to this day. Like, dub is not what it used to be.
They can't get out of that.
Yeah, like dub is good now. Like they actually have good actors in dub.
even like the Gen Z people who came into anime when dubbing was fine, just heard the sub versus dub talk from the older generation and just stuck with that.
Oh yeah, so they want to they want to be trendy and hate on the dub.
And the best complaint I have seen, and I get this, is it's the same voices all the time. I get that.
I get that sometimes, yes, but I feel like that's not the case lately.
No, like I've been hearing a lot less Chris Saban than I used to hear.
Yeah. And like the main characters and stuff like that, the protagonists in animes, they're not necessarily like the same, even the same style of voice, you know?
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of different variations of like, you know, lighter voice or deeper voice or,
yeah,
you know, stuff like that.
The voice acting pool is actually starting to get bigger, which is good.
Yeah. And I'm not hearing Lucy Hartfilia everywhere either.
That still happens from time to time, though.
I mean, same with Chris Saban, yeah.
Monica, I forget her last name, Bulma. I hear her all the time, though. Her I still hear everywhere.
I will say the one I hear the most all the time is the one who voices.
You cut out with just when you said the other name.
The one who voices Railgun from certain Magical Index. Oh. I hear her a lot, like in other stuff, but she's never really a main character. She's always kind of voicing the side characters, I feel like. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah. I had to look up her name. I mean, yeah. Except when she plays Rimuru in Reincarnated as a Slime.
Well, yeah, of course, but
because I had to look up like what else. I can think of a couple things, but I actually didn't know it was her. That was her doing Rimuru.
Yeah, but she'll pop up and stuff and be like a side character, you know, here and there and stuff like that, and it's more of a. I never am upset. I'm always like, oh hey, it's her, like type of thing. Like,
yeah,
because her voice is distinct. I feel like, at least I mean, because at least it is to me. Because like I love the anime she's been a big part of. You know, with Reincarnated as a Slime and a certain Magical Index / Railgun / whatever the other ones are.
Right. And don't forget Fairy Tail, of course.
Fairy Tail, yes.
Wendy.
Yeah. Although I don't like her Wendy because Wendy's kind of too whiny of a character for me.
Well, then it's a good thing she's barely ever in it.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad about that. But anyways, yeah, Alia sometimes hides her feelings, and Russia is. Man, I'm glad glad you said there's a season 2 coming because yeah, they definitely left it open for more, and we need that reveal. We need the reveal from the sister.
If it ever happens.
If it happens, yeah, but. Cause like there's parts where he's like, yeah, man, like he's thinking to himself, man, I feel so comfortable when I'm with her, and you know, like I feel like I can be my true self and all. And you're like, oh boy, is there gonna be like a triangle going on here? Hinting with these two sisters. So, you know, who knows? Who knows what can happen? But what's another anime you got?
Another anime I got. This is another one that I watched the first episode, liked it, waited for the dub, never happened. The onsen
Deja vu
newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible.
Is this on Crunchyroll?
This is on Crunchyroll. This is aired last season.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I recognize the cover art for this. Yeah.
And this one has more of these, please. More of these, please. Main character in his 30s. Thank you very much. Main character in his 30s. All of his life, he wanted to be an adventurer, and he had a skill, but it never kind of revealed itself, and he was just kind of waiting for it to reveal itself. And then become an adventurer. Well, it finally did when he hit his 30s, but that's considered too late. Because your magic reserves are only built up when you're young, like when you're like under 20, and when you hit
his name's Rick Gladiator.
His name's Rick. Yeah,
Rick Gladiator. Yeah. Wow, that's hilarious. Sorry. I'm reading the description while you're talking about it. Yeah.
And when you hit your 20s, your magic reserves stop building up. And because he never trained when he was young, he never built up any magic reserves. So it's kind of unheard of for an adventurer to start out, at an older age. So he's just kind of laughed at and just kind of.
So is it like, is it the case where, because most people start early, once you start, then there's a timer? So since he started later, he's able to do it?
No.
Okay. So it's just, he just doesn't have
magical
reserves?
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
But he ended up training with, a bunch of Class S adventurers.
Okay, so he's just super strong.
He's insanely strong.
Okay, so this is, yeah.
He's stupidly strong. And even though he can't use a lot of magic, his control of level 1, like low level magic, is better than anybody else. Which means he can do more with less than anybody can do with a level 8. He can just block it with a level 1. Whatever.
Okay, so he's just more efficient with what he has.
He is insanely efficient
and super strong. So it's like,
and he starts out
Black Clover Mashal. Yeah,
it's exactly that. He starts out not realizing how much stronger he actually is than everybody else.
Of course. Does he break a door by shutting it?
No.
Oh, okay. So they don't go with that trope. Gotcha.
No, but like during like one fight that he gets into at the beginning, is with a girl who's noble, high house, whatever, and she's known for being lightning fast. Like she's faster than a lot of higher ranked adventurers. She's known for her speed. He fights her and he's like, why is she moving so slow? She's mocking me, isn't she? It's that kind of a like, oh, she's just mocking me. She's moving so slowly. But she's not. And it's when he does become an adventurer, like the first, second or third episode, he gets told by like, hey, no, you're actually really strong. Oh, okay. Yeah, that training I put you through, that actually just made you really strong. So he doesn't spend the whole anime thinking he's, that everybody else is mocking him. No, it's just the beginning.
I'm trying to look at it, get a better look at it. He doesn't look like a normal, like, pretty boy main character either.
He's not.
Which, is always, good to see.
No, he's like, an average looking kind of dude.
It's always more relatable.
Yeah.
Not being a pretty boy. I like when main characters aren't.
Yeah, and he's in his, like I said, he's in his early 30s. But one character calls him, Mr. 40. He's like, I'm not 40, I'm 30. You 40-year-old man. I'm not 40. Yeah, it's really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. There may or may not be a season 2. I can see there not being one, even though it's like, hey, we're going to collect the Infinity Stones. We've collected 2. Now we need to get the rest.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when they do that. Yeah.
And when I say they're collecting the Infinity Stones, I mean they're collecting the fucking Infinity Stones.
That's funny.
Like they're out to find 5, different colored gems that unlocks this door to this, mythical like monster that everybody thinks is a fairy tale. The onsen newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party becomes invincible. That's his name.
I keep seeing this one, and yeah, it's one of those where it's like, oh, this looks cool, and then you look, subbed only. Maybe if there wasn't enough good dubbed animes that I like, that I want to watch, then I would maybe watch subbed more. But there's just so much anime. It's crazy. Like, I was thinking about either this morning or last night. I was like, what if I just wasn't into anime? Like, there'd be such a huge gap. Like, because like I'd be like on Netflix or Hulu just searching to try to find something, because like there's so much anime nowadays, like, and I'm just watching a lot of it. It's such a big part of what I watch, and it's just, it's never been a better time to be a fan of anime. It really hasn't. Because, you've got Netflix and Disney / Hulu getting into anime.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Crunchyroll. And you got High Dive over there like, hey, we're annoying because we have a few exclusives that you want to watch, but only a few.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it. Well, I guess I'm going to watch. I guess I'm going to pay the $5.99 or $6.99 this month to watch the 2 on High Dive I want to watch.
And we also have the worst, player you've ever seen.
Oh God, yeah. So bad. God, I brought up their like, I was searching for something on my TV, and it brought up a keyboard, and it was like, what is this keyboard? It was like this black with like blue neon, kind of look like Tron.
Oh, that's kind of their colors.
Yeah, I was like, wait, keyboard was themed like. I'm just like,
yeah.
Huh? Because normally for and stuff, the keyboard's just like nothing. It's just on-screen keyboard.
Yeah, you're cutting
it's
out a lot, by the way.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Hold on. Start. I might have to.
Yeah,
Might have to change something.
You're cutting out a lot, and I hear your AC.
Oh. Okay, well my AC's off now, so. Let me restart broadcast. And maybe. Come on. Okay. Hopefully, maybe that'll fix it. I restarted as admin, so hopefully it gives it more priority or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about.
You were playing High Dive's keyboard.
Oh, and it's not necessarily a complaint. It was just like it caught me off guard type of thing.
Yeah.
The big complaint I have for like on-screen keyboards is when they're not QWERTY. And they're like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like,
yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, QWERTY is the standard.
Exactly. Even if you're using a remote to go through, like, there's a reason QWERTY is a thing.
Exactly. We're just used to it. Like, I can, even on like a remote, I can type faster. I can find then the A, B, C, D, all that. Anyways, next one I got another anime. This one is also on Crunchyroll. This one is the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. This is also about. Is there an issue with the link?
Yeah, looks like. I'll find it.
Okay. This is also a main character who is a bit older than normal. I believe he's like 25 at least, I think. So not in his 30s, but definitely not like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
The main character. Let me pull this up. So maybe I can just Rent. The main character's name's Rent. He's been in adventure for 10 years, but he's only ever gotten to the second rank. Because you start off as
iron.
Is it iron?
I think it was iron.
Copper.
It's hard to say.
Or I don't know. It's bronze, iron, copper, one of those.
Yeah.
And then he ends up going to the one that is above that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking of this, but I'm also thinking of He Who Fights with Monsters and their like ranking thing, and it's like I'm just like I'm confused.
Yep.
Like it's it's the same thing with like video games, like legendary, like rare, rare, uncommon, rare, legendary, whatever. Like sometimes, Destiny is exotic, but then it might be something else for another game, the names and stuff. But like the colors are always the same. Typically, they just sometimes call them different things. But anyways, he's been in adventure for like 10 years, and he's only ever like gotten to the second rank. He ends up finding like it's a I think they call them labyrinth, but they're like kind of dungeons, labyrinths, whatever. He finds this rare path undiscovered path and ends up seeing this dragon that basically kills him. And he wakes up as a skeleton.
Who can't talk.
Yeah, he can't talk at first.
Which I liked that. I'm like, it's a skeleton that doesn't talk. Awesome. Because they don't have lips or tongue.
I mean, or vocal cords too. So
That too. That too.
The vibration of the vocal cords is what makes us talk. Yeah.
You make a point. You make a point.
But he's able to make sounds. Like he's able to like scream and make scary sounds and whatnot. But he slowly like stays and fights things and learns how to like use his body and ends up fighting more skeletons, and then he basically evolves into I forget what it is. It's
ghoul.
A ghoul, yeah, there we go. A ghoul where he gets a little bit of skin, and so he's able to talk. He's able to actually like talk more and whatnot. He saves this adventurer who's new, this girl, and she ends up like, she's scared of him because he's a monster and all this and that, but like she ends up helping him by buying him clothes in town and bringing it to him so he can like hide, he like basically a big cloak,
Mm-hmm.
that he can hide in. He immediately ditches her after after they arrive in town because he's like, this is too much to I know you're a nice person, but this is too much to like put on your shoulders and all this and that while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Did you mention the mask?
Oh, she gets a mask for him. Yeah. Have you seen this, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. I was like, man, you're understanding this. But yeah, she gets a mask that's like, what, I think 3 copper, something like,
yeah,
super cheap. Yeah. And it's like, and he puts it on and it's like basically cursed.
It's cursed.
Like, yeah. He can't take it off, but later he's able to manipulate it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something. But, yeah. And I like this anime because, it's not I'm super powerful right away.
Yeah.
It's he progresses to becoming stronger and better. He actually has to struggle.
Yeah, he because monsters can level up while people can't. He's able to get stronger while being a normal human he can't.
Yeah, and his goal is to eventually become a vampire because that's like the closest to human
that
he can look, because he wants, right now he can't, like, as a skeleton and even as a ghoul, he can't really like be out in public free, and he ends up actually assuming a different identity, but he keeps his same first name. Not suspicious at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And I like how like there are people like around him that are basically like, yeah, I kind of know who you
are. Yeah.
Like the blacksmith.
Well, I mean, like, oh, you got the same first name and you can use all three magics?
3 magics, yeah. Yeah, this one was really good. I really like this one. I could see there being more, but it ended kind of well enough.
Yeah.
Where it could just be a one and done. But like they did end it to where like he was like, oh yeah, maybe the mithril adventurer who saved me, and his like magic friend is like, oh, maybe I'll come with you. I was hoping you say, and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, I like this because like I'm just getting tired of the main character being OP. in animes.
I'm not
like from the start.
I still like it a lot.
Yeah. It has, I mean, it there are some that I still that I like, but then it's just as long as there's like something behind
As long as it's
it,
done well.
like as long as it's done well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I there's one that I've been watching, but I wasn't planning on really talking about it. It's the like my instant kill cheat power or whatever, where the main character can basically just say die and then they die.
Because that's not on High Dive. I know why you're talking about High Dive now.
Yep. That's you know why.
I don't think I finished it because like the main character got annoying.
I mean, the whole show is kind of like
yeah.
It's something special where it's like you're like, oh man, I am this powerful whatever general of the demon lord whatever, and it's building up to this. I'm gonna transform, and he just like die.
Yeah.
And even the secondary character's like, you're not even gonna let him transform? Like, come on now, blah blah. Well, no, why would I? Well, okay.
Oh, here's a wall. Die. Why does that work?
Oh, I can sense the person controlling these bug creatures that are swarming. Die.
Die.
Yeah. Like, what?
Whoops, that was a classmate.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah. But yeah.
That one, like, I had questions about that because it seemed like he had been in that world or had magic before he went there.
Oh, he did, because they go through the backstory of him as a kid
at like
in that facility.
Some facility, yeah.
Yeah, and the one teacher who just randomly shows up somehow and takes on the job of raising him. Yeah, they have all that stuff, but yeah.
Which just made me like, I got questions.
Yeah. I do like though that we are getting some animes that the main character has to like actually work for stuff and isn't, because some of those OP ones are nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I solo leveling, great.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, but like, I like some variety. This one was definitely, I feel like him having to go through like learning things and basically kind of like growing pains type thing, like and leveling up slowly and getting stronger and better, but yet he still has the knowledge. He still has knowledge of like he may not be like at the start he's not the strongest, but he's very knowledgeable, and see that because he's teaching new adventurers all kinds of things that they just like don't even think about. And he's like, oh, you got to think about this. And, like when they're doing the trial to rank up, he's like, oh, look at the map. It says it's 15 years old.
Yeah.
So we need to buy a new map. Like, because they said they'll give you a map, but they didn't say it'd be an updated one.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it too.
What's another one you got?
Another one I got. This is actually my last one. Wisteria Wand and Shield.
Oh,
this is
almost done and dubbed, so I will be starting this soon.
Yeah, there's like one or two episodes.
I think there's left. one more episode left, actually. Yeah.
You're right. Yes, because I watched the last episode in Japanese. This one is. I went into it thinking like, okay, this is like Mashal, but instead of like dude being really strong, he's really good with the sword. It's not. It's not Harry Potter. Like I thought it was.
I heard it was like Black Clover. Like even their cloaks
it is Black Clover. It is
look like
literally
the
Black
Black
Clover.
Bulls. Their cloaks look like the Black Bulls cloaks.
Yeah, it is it is Black Clover. In a world of magic, he has none.
Yeah, that's just crazy how their cloaks look just like the Black Bulls. Like they didn't even try to make them look
honestly
different.
I didn't think of that they look like the Black Bulls, but they do.
Yeah, they do.
And like his whole thing is he's trying to become I forget what the word now is, like the best, like one of the best, wizards that climbs the magic tower of, in
The Wizard King, basically.
Yes and no, because there's multiple of them.
Okay.
Like it's not just like you become the Magic King. No, it's like there's like it's like a council of like like the strongest of each different type of magic.
Gotcha,
and like the girl he grew up with and fell in love with, she was a absolute prodigy, and like joined their ranks in like the first year of school. And so he's trying to be by her side because she can't come down the tower. She has to look down at everybody else. I don't know why she can't.
Oh, once you get to the top, you can't leave?
It's not said. It's not said, but like she never comes down.
Okay.
And like he keeps trying to get to her. Like, can you not visit? Like, why do you have to be separated like this? I don't get it.
This has been a hard one for me to wait for because you know how much I love Black Clover. And when this was coming out, people were saying, "Oh, this is for Black Clover fans. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this." And
yeah.
I'm like,
and like because like he can't, get like the magic credits he needs to, go to basically college of magic, which is at the lower end of the tower. He has to he can get other credits by just dungeon delving basically, and so he becomes really good at just killing monsters because he's also like a fighting prodigy. He can he sees an attack one time, he can he basically kind of becomes Marvel.
Taskmaster.
Yeah. I can't think of his name. He can just dodge it after he sees an attack once. So, and because it's magic and everybody's ranged, nobody can fight. So that's so he's looked down upon. You're just like a dwarf, who also can't use magic, and they were subjugated by wizards and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
He just looked down upon and bullied in school.
Yeah, I'm super excited to watch this. Like, I've been waiting. It's been a struggle. This has probably been one of my most anticipated animes, just because I love Black Clover so much. Like,
you'll like it.
And everyone, when this was coming out, was saying it's Black Clover. It's Black Clover. Even the cloaks, they're Black Clover.
I get that, but yes, it is. Even the cloaks are Black Clover.
It's crazy, yeah. But so I'm glad.
I think there is going to be a season 2.
I would imagine so, because I feel like this was
ended with a to be continued.
Oh,
so that's a maybe.
That's ballsy if they don't know ahead of time secretly. Yeah, it looks great. The animation looks great. At least from the trailer and what I've seen. Yeah.
It looks like there was a season 2 that was announced. So it is getting a season 2.
Awesome. Yeah. I will definitely be watching that this upcoming week when the last episode airs. I'll probably binge it all in a night.
Kind of what I did.
Yeah. I mean, God, anime is just so easy to binge because, you could watch basically a whole 12 episode season in the time it would take you to watch like Endgame, for instance, a long movie, Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Like I binged it after work. It wasn't like it took me a whole day. I did it after work. And I didn't go to bed late.
Yeah, they're only 20 minutes an episode. Yeah. So it's like 3.5 hours maybe at most. Yeah. It's the ones that are like 24 episodes that are like, oh, okay, this will take maybe 2 sittings. Alrighty. I got one more. It's another anime. Way different from anything I've talked about today.
Okay.
It is VTuber Legend: How I Went Viral After Forgetting to Turn Off My Stream.
I saw a clip of this one. I'm like, I do like VTubers. This would definitely be in my wheelhouse.
As someone not familiar with VTubers much, like I don't really consume VTubers. I work with VTubers. But I don't really watch a lot of VTubers, especially now. Like, stream is basically for fun,
right?
But that's different story. Basically, it starts how the name is. It's a VTuber. She's all whatever whole shtick is
your
like.
mic's cutting out.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Guess I can just turn that down a little because my AC is off. But her whole thing is like she only comes when the pure snow falls and whatever
lore.
and,
yeah,
the lore,
VTuber
lore, and she's all polite and kind and sweet or whatever. And
the term is say so. There's an actual term in the VTuber community called say so. It's innocent, pure, nice.
Well, she forgets to turn off her stream and she starts her true personality starts coming through, and she, after a long day, I'm gonna crack open what is it, it's like some
beer,
alcohol. I think they say it's like a canned highball.
Sure, that's
at one point. Yeah, I feel like I heard her say that once.
Four Loko?
Something like that, yeah. And it's like the can say it's 10% alcohol, so it's not like it's something fairly strong, as far as those type of drinks go, because beer and stuff, a lot of beer is a lot less, than 10%. So yeah, I guess it would be kind of like a, Four Loko-ish, but yeah, she starts cracking open and all this and that, and going to watching other streamers and talking about them, thinking she's alone and doing all, and meanwhile not realizing still streaming, and it's totally not her persona on stream. And then she's woken up by a phone call from her like manager, because she's part of like this YouTube like group.
In the agency.
Yeah. And she finds out, oh, this happened. Like, I was streaming the whole time, and starts freaking out, but like apparently everyone loved it, and then she starts basically her taking on this persona, but still kind of sometimes maintaining the previous persona.
Okay.
For certain stuff. She's nagged because she starts doing a lot of streams where she's drinking and doing, taking on this new persona, and she gets nagged by another character like, oh, you need to watch it. You need to take like a liver day break, like give your liver a break and take a day off or stuff like that. So she does like a stream here or there where, she's her normal like her old VTuber, persona. And it's basically like her collabing online YouTubers and whatnot. And it's really weird because like I'm not quite sure if if they're actually dressed like they're VTubers or they're just portraying them as being their VTubers, even though they're in real life. It's one of those.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's one of the things I heard about this anime, is like they just look like their characters the whole time.
And everyone else are these like kind of like blasé, like just like silhouettes of people, like incomplete silhouette, like stick figures, like silhouettes of people, and then like once it's revealed, like oh, you were actually this person, then they like pop into frame, stuff like that. And but like everyone else, all the like for like when they're walking around town and like the background characters and all that, they're just these weird kind of silhouette-esque normies, I guess. Everyone's the same type, because they use that phrase like normies and extroverts and all kinds of stuff like that, neats and all all the terms. But it's her like collabing with other people, and there's like very vastly different personalities of all these different YouTubers she collabs with, and it gets pretty extreme, like how perverted some of them can be. By the way, they're all females. There's not a single. I don't think there's a single male character in this whole show.
Because male VTubers aren't popular.
Yeah. Like even side character, I don't think there's a single male character in this entire show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think back. I'm only on episode. What am I on? Let's not history. I'm on episode 9 is the next. So I'm 2/3 the way through it. But yeah, I don't think there's been a male character. Crazy enough. It's not something you really think about too until I just said it and thought about it. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy personality where they end up introducing this one who's like, I'm baby. I may be a 30-year woman, but you are all you subscribers are my mamas, and I am baby, and I am in search of a new pacifier. And she almost gets banned, I guess, because she makes so much. Her noises are a little too realistic when trying pacifiers, and they think it might be something else.
That's realistic.
Like, there's all kinds of like, oh my god, like I think they flash on the screen like and make a reference to High School DxD. Even at one point, where I'm like, wait, is that like, wait, what? Like they go crazy in this anime. Like
I'm looking at the cast. There is not a single male.
No, not a single male. Yeah. Yeah, and like there's one point where she's like doing a stream where she's like watching other people, checking in on them and stuff like that, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know about this one," and she goes in, and one of the characters is like, here's my top 10, or here's my top list of like adult games or whatever, and like they and
Nope,
they go hardcore.
That sounds realistic.
Yeah,
that sounds absolutely realistic.
There's a point where she's like, "Oh, I want to meet these two and blah blah blah, so we can have sex," and just like
again, that's realistic.
All kinds of crazy, like this show gets very sexual.
I can point you to some VTubers that are like that, and our agency VTubers too.
And it's kind of weird because like they bleep some of the words that are inappropriate, but they also bleep stuff like Netflix. Like they use the term Netflix, but they bleep that
because they don't have the rights to use it.
Yeah, and they bleep some other stuff, but then they are able to say certain stuff. Like, it's strange. This is a very bizarre anime, Stuart, but I kind of am digging it.
I'm gonna have to check it out because I am kind of in the VTubing community, and I do watch a lot of VTubers, at least clips of them. So I do understand a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, there was a reference to High School DxD. I'm not sure if it was if it was a straight reference to that, or if it was like oh, this is kind of reference, this is supposed to represent High School DxD without actually being it, type of thing. It was pretty quick, but like the image that they splashed had the little like DxD logo. It looked like, that little logo. And then they make another to something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. I was really shocked that I was really shocked that they were able to do that. But then they like just bleeped Netflix and bleeped some other stuff, and then along with all the other inappropriate words and stuff like that. Certain inappropriate words. They had not all inappropriate words were bleeped because that would be a lot of bleeping in the show. It's pretty intense, the vibes for this show. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I'm kind of here for it. And I was just like, this seems different, and I guess not going to be an intense show, or an intense type of thing and whatnot. But and a few different times she like really chimes back on the fact that like before she started VTubing, she was in like a horrible work environment, office job work environment where they took advantage of and that. And I that's another thing. One of the times she was talking about that, which she, like I said, she brings it up a couple times, but I was like, that's kind of a theme in anime. Like, there's a lot of animes where like the character will talk about how they were in like a bad work environment, like, a shill of a corporation taking advantage of them. Is that a reflection on like working in Japan, or
from what I understand,
like
yes. From what I understand, it is like we say the everybody says the American work culture is bad. So is the Japanese. Japanese also so bad too. Especially the office environments are really bad.
Yeah. See, I knew in China the work environment there is horrible because suicide nets.
Yeah, that's like like physical labor over there. In Japan, it's office. Over here, it's everything.
Yeah, you're right about that. But for no pay when everything is expensive.
Yep.
God, why is everything expensive?
Congratulations, we made a huge profit this year. I'm laying a tenth of you off.
Yeah.
And I'm giving myself a raise.
Hey, great. I got a $20 million bonus. I'm the boss. Yeah. What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's horrible. But yeah, that's something I have, it just clicked in my head. I was like, this has happened. I've seen this in way too many animes. I wonder, is it like, is this really that bad of a thing, or is it like,
there is a term called black company in Japan, and it is companies that are known to be terrible work environments.
Gotcha.
Large amount of overtime for no pay. Being denied overtime pay when you worked 90 hours.
Yeah.
It is somewhat of a common thing.
Yeah, it's always interesting because there's so much like staples in Japanese anime that I'm just like, I don't know if this is really a thing in the Japanese culture or if this is just for anime. That was one of them. We talk about the like, do people really catch colds like that easily? Because why else would that be like
that one I looked up and no, that's not a thing. That's just an anime thing.
Or I mean, there's tons more things that are sprinkled through anime like that. That I've always just been like, I wonder, is that actually part of their culture, or is that just for?
But like what they they don't go to work sick like we do. Americans go to work fucking sick, and that's definitely a bad thing.
And though they were there way before COVID, they would wear masks and stuff like that if they had to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, which like COVID's done. People don't do that anymore, even if they're sick. Like
exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like crazy. Yeah, was hoping that would catch on.
So did I, and then
especially since like
then it fucking became political for no fucking reason.
Well, I was hoping the whole mask having the fashion, aspect to them would maybe normalize it as well, because people were able to get masks with cool designs or masks associated with like your sports team or your favorite show or stuff like that, and
I've still seen people with masks.
I have too, but like
it is, which is more often than I used to. I used to see nobody. Now I will maybe occasionally see one or two a year.
Yeah, like one in a couple thousand.
Yeah,
I'll encounter. Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Like what? Because we both have probably watched thousands of hours of anime easily.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just a lot of stuff in some of these, more so the like ones that take place in our world, of course.
Yeah.
There's all these things that happen that are like we just take for granted to be like, oh, I guess that's just how things are this
high schooler, of course he has his apartment and lives alone. Of course.
Exactly. That's another one. Yeah. Of course their parents are overseas and he lives alone. Yeah, that's another one where it's like that happens quite a lot in anime.
Yeah.
Like, is there a grain of truth to that at all? Like, if not, why did? Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, it's just It's a pretty good anime. I would definitely suggest watching it if you're wanting a humorous anime. But like I said, they're very sexual. It gets very sexual with jokes and crude humor and just like, yeah, it could be a turnoff for some, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a first anime to watch, like for a newbie. I could see this scaring off some new people. But that's all I got.
All right.
So,
I didn't really get I'm not really talking about this a whole lot. I did briefly rewatch Demon Lord Retry because season 2 is coming out. So I rewatched it because I don't remember a fucking thing about it. And then I watched the first episode of season 2. I'm like, hold on, this is episode 1 again with a different animation style. It's actually worse.
What?
It's a recap. Like the first 2 episodes are a recap.
Oh, that's bull.
And season 2 is a new animation style, and I don't like it. I don't like the new animation. If it started with
from the screenshots
style,
I see, yeah, it looks worse.
It looks worse. Like if it started with that style, I'd be okay with it, but it didn't. And because I watched season 1 and then started season 2 immediately, I'm like, is this even the same person? Is this the same character? Maybe? Now, in episode 1, we did get a lot more of the dude's home life before he was isekai'd. Because like in like episode 1 of season 1, it's just like, well, we're shutting down the server and isekai. It's kind of it. Now it's like half of the first episode though is like before he was isekai'd. And it's really weird because his eye, like there's a glitch bar over his eyes. It's like over his eyes and then a friend of his. And every time he says his friend's name, it's bleeped. And in the subtitles, it's just XX. Like, what's going on here? What is this? You have piqued my interest. And then you start with a recap of season 1. I don't like it. And it's more comedic, more chibi than I'm like, it got sometimes like that before in season 1, but this one was like
a lot of it was serious, if I remember correctly.
Somewhat. Like it still was a comedy. Like there was a dude who dressed as a chick, looked like a chick, and talked about having the main dude's babies, but was a dude.
Yeah. Well, I guess the main character was a bit more serious.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Or at least he tried to portray that.
He portrayed that inside. He was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, you see it more on the outside. His freaking out.
Okay.
Which I'm like, that's not right. That doesn't match season 1 at all. And this new animation style, like, he went from having like a really long face to it's actually a little wide. Like, it went from long to wide. And why? Why did they change it like that?
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. I'm looking at the thumbnail for episode 3, and yeah, it does kind of look wide.
Like it is.
Huh.
It is so weird.
Different studio, maybe.
You know what? It might be. I haven't looked it up. That's a good question.
As much as I'm a fan of anime, like I'm just not good with like this, like following the studios and stuff like that. As much as I probably
Trigger,
should.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Trigger, I can immediately tell you. This is a Trigger anime.
I was kind of surprised that this got a season 2.
So did I.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think like it was.
Oh yeah,
wildly popular.
different studio.
When did the first season come out? 2019.
2019.
So 5 years later. Okay, wow. Interesting. We're seeing a lot of older animes get like continuations, I feel like.
Well, it's looking like
lately.
the first studio may have shut down because they only have 4 animes to their name.
Oh wow.
So they may have shut down.
That would explain why it looks different. If they did shut down, then I guess it's just nobody's fault. It looks different. You know?
I mean,
It's just
still you match the art style to the manga.
yeah.
I mean, so like, and this is based off a manga.
Yeah, this will definitely. I'll probably do what you did. I'll probably go back and watch the first season again because this was so long ago. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember things. Like when you talked about the one character wanting the main character's babies and whatever, I was like, oh, I kind of remember. Now that you said it,
Yeah,
that triggers something.
The
But
only
I
thing I
wouldn't have thought of
remembered
that on my own.
was dude was isekai'd into his video game character and was like in his suit and was tried to be super serious. That was all I remembered.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you anything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of anime fans are eating good this season. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming out this season.
And with the different art style, though, I will have to say, like, there was a character that completely changed, like, because of the art style. Like, she went from, like, because of the new styles, like, super hot, crazy chick to generic woman because of the change.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if I can find a side by side.
That's kind of crazy. So many episodes. So many anime from last season are on episode 11 right now. It's like
right.
This upcoming week is going to be so great. And then some are just halfway through. Was it the I Parry Everything? That's only on like 7. That's one I'm looking forward to. I hear good things about that.
Like she used to look like this.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, I remember her. She's
And
like the
now,
medicine like doctor, right? Yeah.
Yes. And now where'd Discord go? Now she looks like this.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you were like, I'm not even sure the same character just by looking at him.
Yeah, it doesn't look the same. She looks like someone's mom in the second one.
And the first one, she was like, mommy.
Boy, the VTuber one, that trope plays out quite a bit. The whole mommy internet thing. Oh boy. But yeah, man. Yeah. That's night and day difference. Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's bad.
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed when I saw that. I'm like, uh-oh. That's,
Is it the same character? Because aren't
Yes.
the eyes different colors?
I typed in the same, it's the same name.
Okay, but like that, at least the pictures you showed, the eyes are different colors, right?
They are.
Isn't the first one, she's blue and then it's red?
Yep.
Like, that's a huge oversight.
Like the second picture I got from the My Anime list of the character.
Okay.
And the first one I got from as I typed in Demon Lord Retry and that character name.
Like, that's not just like different style. That's like different actual character qualities. Like blue to red eyes. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset about that.
I think they already are.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the first 2 episodes are recaps.
Oh yeah, that's kind of
that already you're gonna have issues. Not just 1, but 2 episodes being the recap.
Yeah. And they're actual episodes and not like a 0.5 special thing or anything. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That's shocking. That's shocking that it's that, like, at that point, like, what's the point? What's the point in bringing it back if it's not gonna, like, if it's gonna be that different? Anyways, that's all you got?
That's all I got.
Okay. We can wrap things up. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Stuart's at Casual Terror. I am at WillPlayGames_. And I don't. Is it even on? I don't see.
I've seen it.
Gotcha. Stuart's waiting, hoping, trying to will it to pop up on their overlay.
Twitter.
There it is. And be sure to follow Stuart on Twitch twitch.tv/CasualStuart.
Casual Terror.
Or Casual Terror. Sorry, Casual Terror. And it's late. I'm tired.
That's okay.
I'm a little hungry too. Like,
yeah, I could eat too.
So, anyways, and I guess and that's it. We will see you next time.
And remember, animals were harmed making this podcast.
Wow. Yeah, that's 9. That's
yeah.
That's just so different. Those 2 images.
Yeah. I was very disappointed when I saw that.
Is the personality of the character the same, or is it different?
She changes from when you first see her to the end. Like there is a change to her. So I don't know, because when I saw her, it was in the first episode. It was on the dude's computer screen, and I saw her. Like, that's not the same person. I know who that's supposed to be. That's not the same person.
Yeah, 'cause she was like very confident, like in the first one, right? Or in the first season. Yeah. I feel like she was a very confident, like
she is. Yeah. She is a character that like she's supposed to be kind of like maniacal. Like, yeah. Not like she will, cut you up to learn what makes you tick, kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, there is an assassin in the first season, like, who's like dressed as a clown. I was like, hey, magic trick, blah blah blah. She's like, do you want to see magic trick? Zip zip. Here's your arms. Here, I'll put them back.
That. Yeah.
Oops, I put them on backwards. Oops, sorry. I'll fix them. And then, if you try to use poison, make sure nobody can smell it. Yeah. She's that type of person.
Gotcha.
But kind of changes at the end. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get something to eat.
Yep. Alrighty. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you. And thank you for everybody who watched. And see you next time. Bye, all.